Hello,
And welcome
to the Sweating Palms podcast.
I'm your host, Jenna.
I am Montana.
Yeah, he is. That's him, Montana.
Yeah.
And I'm Jenna, and we're here, and we're going to talk to you about all of the stories and hopefully find an answer to why our dang palms are just heckin' sweating everywhere. I need answers. I can't even shake anyone's hand. It's terrible.
You shouldn't anyway. There's coronavirus going around.
Oh, not the Rona.
Yes, the Rona.
Oh, there's my phone just ding-a-ling-a-linging in the mic.
We don't say ding-a-ling. That's another name for a wiener.
I like to say ding-a-ling.
Okay.
So how do I even start this thing? I lost my notebook that had my notes on how to not be a bumbling fool on the mic, but I'm really good at it, so we just ditched the whole thing. What day is it? I don't know. It's sometime in July. This whole year's been a blur. My phone's just... let me just silence this thing. Oh, Lord. I should probably silence it, because I'm getting notifications up the yin-yang.
Hey, what's on your mind?
You know, I don't know, because I'm a little bit... I got a buzz going on.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Are you? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking gin.
Gin?
And Sprite limeade.
Oh, limeade? So it's just like Sprite and lemonade mixed together?
Yeah. Or more lemon. You know, Sprite is lemon lime.
Yeah, but it's like extra lemon?
Yeah.
So, okay. I see. I'm having twisted tea.
Yes. You're the most favorite of all of your drinks.
All of the drinks. It will be the only drink that I drink. And I've had one already, and I'm feeling it, sir. Yes.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
We're going to have a good time tonight. Yeah. So basically, we don't know what month it is anymore.
No, it's July.
Well, yeah. I only know that because it was the 4th of July. But the last I remember, it was March.
Wow. That is some long-term amnesia.
That's what the Rona does. It doesn't just take away your lungs. It takes away your memories.
I don't think that's accurate at all. That
I think
is
it
not
is.
an official symptom.
Yeah, it is. It takes away your taste, your smell, your lungs, and then the memories. The memories, it's just trauma. It's just a collective trauma for like 6 months or something. I don't know what month it is.
Okay, so you're obviously going through some things. Hence the cry for help and twisted tea.
Yes. But yeah, I guess we should get it off our chest, huh? Is that what we do at the beginning of this? Is that what we're calling it? We haven't come up with a better name, so.
Well, I was going with what's on your mind.
What's on your mind? Get it off your chest. Let's do it.
I already asked that, and you said, I don't know, I'm buzzed.
Oh, okay. Well, then you go, and I'll think about it.
Oh, okay. Well, I have lots of things on my mind, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. First thing I realized is I cannot drink alcohol in a non-glass cup.
That's really weird.
I can't do it. I don't know how people red solo cup it.
I prefer to red solo cup it. Actually, I refuse to drink most things out of glass cups because I'm a terrible person.
Please explain.
I don't know. I just prefer plastic cups or metal cups. But I do not like drinking things out of glass or porcelain cups. The only exception is coffee. I like drinking coffee out of coffee cups, which is, I believe, ceramic. But only coffee.
Yeah, okay. That's very strange to me.
No.
Glass is a wonderful thing.
No.
And turtles don't die from it or whatever.
Okay, well, you got me there. Turtles don't die from my one cup that I just like a big plastic cup. And I keep it for a long time.
Blasphemy.
And
save the whales.
You know what? No. Yes.
Hashtag save the whales.
Hashtag find save the whales or whatever, but also enjoy your plastic cups because they're wonderful. I can't be the only one who prefers drinking, especially water, out of a plastic cup. I'll love me a good, like the...
Out of a glass with ice in it.
You know what's
then the
the
glass
worst?
cools way better than the plastic does.
Do you want to know what's the worst?
What?
Milk in a glass.
Oh my gosh!
It's a crime.
It is the best thing.
It's a crime.
I am so disappointed.
Milk in a glass is disgusting.
How dare you?
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Goodbye.
I am appalled.
I'm drunk.
I have to move on. The other thing that you said that made me think of something today is I said that I had to use the facilities in the house.
To poop?
Yes, I had to poop.
Ew.
And then you said, oh, well, what if I have to poop?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we did establish in an earlier episode that you actually don't poop. So I wasn't too worried about it. So then you said, it's okay. I'll just poop at work tomorrow at noon when everybody isn't there.
You caught me in my web of lies.
And it made me think that I think everybody has like either a special time, right? Because the worst thing ever is when you're in the bathroom and someone like, I call them poop burglars.
They're just waiting for you.
Yeah, to like knock on the stall or the door or whatever. And then you have to like, it's so awkward. You have to be like, oh, I'm pooping or I'm in here or occupied or whatever. And it's terrible. So I have a secret work bathroom.
Ew.
A
secret poop bathroom.
Yes. That there's an office that is no longer occupied, but that we still have access to.
Okay. You want to know what's the worst about my work?
What?
Okay. I like my work and all. And I am well aware that at some point my coworkers will probably listen to this. However, I work in the basement. There is a bathroom upstairs. But I have noticed that when people come to use the downstairs bathroom, it's just to take a fat shit.
You're next to the shitting bathroom.
I am right next. I am like 6 feet away. It's not even enough for like social distance. I'm going to get the Rona from the shits. Okay. Okay. Because I am not even like social distanced from this bathroom. And what makes it worse is that Are you okay? What makes it worse is that they spray 10 pounds of freaking Lysol in the bathroom
At least
afterward. So like, and then they leave the door wide fucking open.
That's a little weird.
They're like, better air this thing out into the 3 cubicles that are out here. And I'm like, I swear to God. And I don't know if you've met me, but I have a pretty weak stomach.
Oh, I have heard you gag more than I've heard anybody gag in my entire life.
I am a violent puker, first of all. And it starts with a series of equally as violent dry heaves.
Oh, it's terrible. It's a noise unlike anything I've ever heard.
Do not ever use like that aerosolized Lysol spray around me that smells like freaking tropical shit, because that's all it ever smells like to me. All that spray will ever smell like to me is shit.
Well, maybe it's because they're trying to mask poop smell.
Of course they are, but then it just smells like shitty freaking ocean breeze. It's the worst, and I just can't.
Remember, a turd is still a turd.
And at least, like, the bathroom has a fan in it. Like, at least, like, close the door enough that I don't have to smell your freaking... Why is it always tropical? Like, tropical hibiscus shit.
Hey, that's fair enough. You have a valid point.
Thank you. Fresh linen shit having fucking people. I love all the people I work with. I just don't love smelling your shit. That's all.
Well, and you've been blessed to not poop.
And I've never pooped except for like when no one else is around ever. I have had you leave the house.
I know.
So that I could try to poop.
I know. Yeah. Desperate times, those times.
I don't know. I just can't.
I found something to do.
Good. I know.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm here to help.
It was still pretty cold outside, too. I felt really bad.
It was frigid outside.
You were in a car.
I was sitting in, a car with no heat running. You ever sat in a
sounds like your fault for not bringing keys.
I'm not burning the gas so that you could take a poop. Also, why did we say take a poop? We're not taking anything. We're leaving it. Stop taking poops. It's not sanitary.
Taking it from your body and leaving it in the... I don't know. This is a weird conversation.
This is the perfect conversation.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad that you got that off your chest. It seemed to really be harking on you for a minute.
It was really it was a problem. It's been a real passionate thing for me. And I guess that kind of, you took what was on your mind and made it about me. But if you must know what's on my mind, I'm real pissed at Mr. Kiki.
Yes, the cat. I'm glad that you are, because I am. That is my
because I
regular
love him
state.
so much. I love him so much. And then we went camping, and I left him so much food, enough to last him for 2 nights.
He ate immediately. I'm sure of it.
I'm sure he thinks he's starving 100% of the time.
He is part pig.
Him is precious baby.
No.
Him is precious baby. And now he's never around because he's so goddamn friendly to every fucking buddy.
I use the word needy.
Friendly?
He is needy.
Well, he is our cat, and he just goes around to the neighbor's house like some kind of floozy.
Yeah, and I bet all of them feed him too.
The neighbors have told me they feed him.
That cat, how is he not 1,000 pounds?
I have had 3 neighbors tell us that they're like, oh, that's the neighborhood cat. I'm like, no, that's our cat. We brought him here.
Yeah.
When we moved in.
Why? How can they possibly believe that?
I don't know.
They see him one time and they're like, yeah, that's the neighborhood cat. No.
I'm like, actually, his name is Kiki. Well, it's Mr. Kiki because at first we thought he was a girl, but that's besides the point. I'm like, he is very friendly. He does always want to be fed. I promise. He's fed 2 times a day. And he will try to come in your house. I have watched him try to go into a neighbor's house. And then the other cat was like, nope.
Oh, yeah? I hope he wakes those people up at 4 a.m. too.
I love him.
4 a.m. every morning.
Him is baby. I like him a lot. And now he hasn't been home. He came home today after I called him for 10 minutes. Because at first I was really worried. Because I'm like, I haven't seen him all day. I haven't seen him since 6 o'clock this morning. Which is weird because usually he meets me at the front door when I come home. But guess what? Guess where Mr. Kiki wasn't when I came home? The front door. Instead,
he's moved on.
I had to call him for 5 minutes. And then he just comes strolling around all nonchalant. Anyway, so the cat's making me upset. Mr. Kiki. He's a floozy.
And a butthole.
And I'm real upset. And I love him a lot also. But that's what I got.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah. So, should we just go ahead and dive on in?
Yeah. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
This time I'll go first.
Okay.
So, because you're always creeping on the same Reddit threads that I'm on, you have seen the subject line to this, but I'm not going to say the subject line to our listeners. I'm just going to dig right in.
Do you want to tell us the username?
No, because I didn't screenshot it again.
Again?
Here's the thing. I was trying to get all the story on one screenshot, which was also impossible.
While you read, I'll look for it. And we'll add it in the end.
All right. So I found the username. You found the username. I'm going to say we found the username.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. That was very generous.
Of course. I felt I didn't have a choice. I'm just kidding.
So username is more input. And I forgot, I'm not going to say the subject line. So it starts. This was a good few years back. Our daughter was sick with the chicken pox, and I'd been up all night with her. My partner was starting a new job. I'd sent our son off to school with a family friend and saw my partner off to work. Our daughter was asleep, and I'm drifting off on the... Is it settee?
Settee?
Or the settee? I'm pretty sure it's a settee. It's a couch. The goddamn couch.
French it up. I like it.
I'm drifting off on the couch when the door goes. Oh, shit. When the doorbell rings or somebody knocks on the door. This person may not be American, and it is hard for my American brain to adjust to this.
I see. Okay, some cultural barriers going on.
There's some cultural barriers going on.
Okay.
Sure. It's my very distressed neighbor who has pulled out his driveway as our cat ran across it. The neighbor is very apologetic and offers to help, but there wasn't much he could do. The neighbor hit the kitty cat. This is what runs through my mind when Mr. Kiki isn't showing up at the door.
Oh, he's fine.
Him's not fine.
He's a smart cat. Clearly, this was a dumb cat.
I don't know. He's pretty goddamn stupid.
You're just angry at him.
I'm mad. Yeah, okay, that's fair. So the neighbor is apologetic and offers to help, but there wasn't much he could do. It was very clear that a trip to the vet was not going to make a bit of difference. I was really upset by the whole thing. Another neighbor helped me get our cat into a box before she went to work.
Oh,
I'm so sad.
That's sad.
It is sad. We were living in a very small house at the time, and I am now sitting on my sofa. There we go. Thank you for not calling it a settee. My grandpa calls it a Davenport.
That's an old person thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're living in a small house. She's sitting on a sofa with a contagious child and a dead cat in a box. I know I can't call my partner to come home and help as it's his first day at his new job, so I call my brother to come over. I also call a few vets and shelters to see if they could perhaps come and collect the cat for me. One of them says they cannot guarantee it, but they'll try to send someone out. Okay. They call this cat Cece until the end.
Okay.
But it has a name. It's 2-word name that both start with C. CC is like its initials. Okay. I moved Cece in the box to the bathroom, tucked her away behind the door. By this stage, I'm in tears. I'm exhausted. My daughter is awake and is running around the house like a mad thing. I understand.
Hopefully not looking for the cat.
Well, yeah. And that's all I could think. I'm like, oh no, this kid is going to get into this dead cat box.
Oh no.
That's literally all I could think. My brother turns up a short while later and takes over for a bit in chasing my child around the house, who by this stage I have decided has been possessed by a demon. I also understand.
So relatable.
It really is. She kept running into the bathroom and slamming the door open onto the box. We are sitting there discussing what we should do when the door goes.
Okay.
That throws me off every time.
It's very weird.
When the door goes, I open the door to a man standing there. In my sleep-deprived state, I decided I knew who this man was and what he was there for. The lovely lady from the shelter I spoke to must have sent him, and with some relief at the idea of not having to manage what was a hellish situation, I asked him to wait a moment at the doorstep. I go to the bathroom, fetch the box, which I then put in a bin liner.
Okay.
These people are for sure not from the U.S.
I'm wondering if it sounds English to me.
We're going to have to get Rachel on this.
We'll consult Rachel for sure.
We will consult Rachel.
The bin liner sounds very...
It was yeah.
Sounds very UK to me.
What does Rachel say when somebody knocks at the door?
She's normal. There's someone at the door.
She's normal. Okay.
She doesn't say, the door goes. Like she's some sort of pirate.
Okay.
There she goes. It's just not a thing.
Okay.
She just say, is someone at the door?
Oh, Rachel. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry.
You know what's funny is my dad doesn't say anything. Like when the door rings or knocks, he just stares at it.
I can literally picture it.
He just sits on the couch.
Like I can picture
that was
him
the perfect
slow
look.
head turn to the door.
Yeah, with like a slightly like, who the F is knocking on my door? And then he literally just stares. And somebody else
Rachel
answers
just
it.
like fluttering to the door. Like,
She does.
I know it.
She's like, oh my, were we expecting
I better
somebody?
go get it.
It's funny
Dad's
because
like, who the hell?
I think he often assumes it's one of us kids, right? Like struggling with the door. So maybe he waits. I don't know, because when I've been there, I've seen him just look at it. Like, nah.
Oh my God.
That seems like a lot of shit I don't want to deal with. There's nothing for me at the other side of that door that I want. That is the look.
I can literal, like straight face, slow head turn to the door. That's exactly how I picture it.
You're doing the look. I wish people could see the look right now because it is spot on.
I don't even know your dad that well, and I know the look.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, God. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, sorry.
Let me find where it was. Okay, so I go to the bathroom, fetch the box, which I then put in a bin liner, open the front door, and hand the man the bag. This guy takes the bag in his hand before looking at me in a very strange way. I thank him and go to close the door. He stops the door from closing and asks me what's in the bag.
Gold. Oh, wait, no, it's the dead cat. That's right.
I would like to say this is where I knew I messed up. But no, I proceed to spell out C-A-T. This poor guy is now standing at my door with a look of horror on his face before asking me to repeat myself, which I did, whilst again thanking him for his help.
That's awesome.
So
clearly this man is not from the vet or the dead animal picker-upper guy.
Yeah, no.
That is not his job.
He's very confused and horrified that some woman just
handed him a cat. He doesn't know if it's dead.
In a box, in a bag.
Still? Schroeder's cat, right?
Isn't it Schrodinger's?
Is it? I don't know. I can't. I thought we've established I can't say words. I make them up.
I also don't know words. I just think I say them with a lot more confidence.
Oh, okay. I'll work on that.
Okay.
Azuberate on.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Did you like that confidence?
Yeah.
Off you go. Chop, chop.
Okay, here I go. So anyways, I repeated it back to him, thanking him for his help. He then tried to hand the bag back to me, and we spent several minutes playing back and forth with him, trying to give me the bag back, and me becoming increasingly distressed that he was acting so weird. I'd be freaking distraught too. I'd be like, take the goddamn cat.
Hold on.
What are you doing?
If I am understanding correctly, they are literally playing hot potato with a dead cat.
It's sad.
Oh, I find that hilarious. I mean, it is sad, but
I could only think about it from this lady's perspective, where she's like, I have a sick child, which I'm already dealing with. My
demon.
Partner's at their first day of work, so who knows, like maybe they've been at home with me for a little bit and I've had some extra help. Now I don't. The cat got flippin' ran over by our neighbor. I don't know how to handle this. Yeah. And she's like, just take the freaking cat, dude. Because she's convinced that it's the animal control guy.
I mean, I have to say, even if it wasn't the animal control, like if I were not the animal control guy, I would like to think that I would see that she was so distressed and I would properly dispose of the cat somewhere for her.
Oh, but wait, it gets better. It eventually took my brother to come to the door and intervene for me to realize this guy was not from the shelter at all. After apologizing several times and now hugging the box cat bag combo, he explains he was there to discuss an unpaid bill. My brother went back inside and I stepped out of the house to talk to this man, still apologizing to him. To finish the whole thing off, the non-cat collector invited me into his car to, quote, help find a way to clear the debt, end quote, as we were pretty broke and my brother had to chase the guy out of our garden. I'd like to stop here for just a second because I'm not sure what she means by that. Because in my mind, this quote, help find a way to clear out the debt after you've been invited into someone's car is like a sexual favor kind of thing.
Yeah, that seems very like casting couch to me.
I think it was. And I'm like, how do you just skip right over that? And like, I don't know. I'm torn on how you skip right over that because the story in itself is like, what the hell kind of embarrassing story. But I suppose I would also skip over it if it was kind of like a traumatic, like this guy literally asked me for a sexual favor to pay off a debt.
Yeah. And,
but I'm not.
Okay. So here's the thing. But he was handed a dead cat.
Okay. Does he deserve like a sexual favor? I don't understand what you're saying.
No, I'm saying like if I came with the intent of trying to get a sexual favor, I feel that I would be put off by
dead cats?
By a dead cat being forced into my hands.
You'd hope so. I mean, I would hope that somebody would be.
I don't believe in debt collect. There's something wrong there. A debt collector inviting you into his car when the house is right there. Right? Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. I think it was something weird going on there. Like I
almost think it was something weird going. Yeah, I also agree.
Which also why he would be chased. I was trying to find
another explanation. Yeah, chased out of the garden.
Which, by the way, confirms that they're English.
Yeah, because they don't call it a lawn.
They don't. They call it the garden.
Right.
And we call gardens the places where we grow food.
In the lawn. You have a garden in your,
so it took me a long time when Rachel would always say, oh yeah, out in the garden. And now I just hear, like, I know that means yard. Like when you tell me about a garden, I actually have to take a minute to think about it the correct way.
Gotcha. Yeah. I was trying to figure out, I was like, is there some other way that they mean like,
right,
that she meant this other than like this guy literally I don't know why this surprised. It shouldn't surprise me because our world's freaking nuts. But for some reason it blows my damn mind that some man has the audacity to be like, oh, come into my car and we'll help figure out a way to pay off this debt. Disgusting. Sexual predators are nasty. Anyway, I wanted to brainstorm that aloud and see if there was some other way. We're almost to the end though, so she goes on. We eventually managed to get a vet and we eventually managed to get to a vet and get a cremation for cosmic creepers. CC. The cat's name. Cosmic Creepers.
Cosmic Creepers was the cat's name?
Yeah, I'm not going to judge him. Our cat's name's Mr. Kiki.
Okay.
You should see the looks I get when I tell him that.
Cosmic Creepers is up there. In the list of weird names.
Rest in peace, Cosmic Creepers.
The English are weird.
I'm telling Rachel. I'm still upset about losing CC, but my brother often laughs at me and loves to tell everyone the story of me trying to hand over a dead cat to a stranger. And for the record, the subject line of that was handed my dead cat to a debt collector.
/ predator, likely.
Yeah, legit. I don't know how we can skip over that. I'm going to get back on the Reddits and ask more input to give me some more input.
Yeah. It's in the username, right?
I need to.
I feel that I guess I don't.
If more input does not wish to share that piece of the story, that's fine. But
Which
that guy sounds goddamn terrible. And obviously you're going to pay back the debt, right? Because your partner just got a new job. Congratulations to your partner. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for sharing this story.
Down with the debt collectors.
Yeah, and the freaking nasty sexual predators, because you guys are sick. Do you have a story?
I do.
You do? Is it also from Reddit?
It is.
It is? Why is it from Reddit?
Because Reddit is a great place for embarrassing stuff.
It truly is. You know where it could be a great place for embarrassing stuff?
What?
Our inbox. Our inbox for, you know the one. Sweatingpalmspod at gmail.com.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the place that you can go to submit your embarrassing stories or heightened experience or sweaty palmed mishaps and such. Go there. Tell your story. Hopefully a long one. Hopefully a really good one. Give us the stories.
We live for them.
In the meantime, you have a story from Reddit.
Yes. It is from...
Oh, you have the username?
I do.
Oh, wow.
I make a point to always give credit to the people.
Why don't you just tell me what it is?
I'll let you mull that over for a moment.
Thank you.
This was posted by No Disc 8160. Okay. I'm gonna follow your practice, and I am not going to say the subject line. And I'm just gonna jump right into it.
Sure.
Now, I'm gonna quickly start this with a question. It says, I'm 38M.
Male.
Okay, that's what I thought. I'm 38M and my daughter Chloe is 10. Mm-hmm. Chloe recently started her period.
Oh.
I discovered this after I went into the bathroom a few days ago and found a used sanitary pad floating in the toilet.
Oh, sweet little baby. So mom must not be around.
Well, he says he discovered this fact. So this isn't common knowledge.
Okay.
Right. Like, it wasn't like, hi, Dad, I'm on my period. Like,
well, yeah, because a 10-year-old's not going to do that.
Right. So, I knew it had to be left there by Chloe since my wife uses tampons and also throws them in the bin where they belong.
Oh, so they're also not from the US of A.
I have to tell you that among this post, the biggest comment thread was do not flush feminine hygiene products.
Never flush your feminine hygiene products. Can I tell a story real fast?
Sure.
Sure thing. Okay, so when I started my cycle when I was young, one of the mother figures in my life never told me she's just throw it in the garbage, whatever, didn't go much into it. Although she was extremely prepared, creepily prepared for this. She had...
You mean for the moment?
Oh yeah. She had a closet filled with all manner of feminine hygiene products for me to use. She had liners. She had overnight pads. She had daytime pads. You want them with wings? Got it. Without wings? Also got it. You need a tampon? I'm not sure if she had those actually because I didn't use those for a long time because they're intimidating. Anyway, she was prepared. And my other mother figure, she was also prepared. She knew it was going to happen. Not in the same way though. She was not prepared in the same way. She sat me down. She had a good talk with me about what to expect. And she gave me some interesting information. The first one was that when we are out and about, we do not flush feminine hygiene products. It's all over bathroom stalls. It's taped inside of the women's stalls not to flush product.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
It's everywhere.
That's incredible.
So you would think that everyone knows not to do that. However, she said when we're at home, it's okay to flush them because we're on sewer. If we were on septic, if you're at a place where they're on septic, you can't flush them. But if you're on sewer, it's okay.
I don't think that's... I mean, according to my research, which
it's not, I know.
Yeah, just in this post.
Yeah.
Apparently it causes some serious plumbing issues.
It causes serious plumbing. Yeah, you shouldn't do it anywhere. You should never flush your feminine hygiene products. It doesn't matter what you're on. I also got this random piece I'm going to share just because I feel like it's important to put out there to the world. Don't think you're weird if you bleed differently than other people. Because I was also told by this other mother figure that you never sleep with a pad or a tampon because you will get toxic shock syndrome and you can die. And while toxic shock syndrome is a real thing, if you've ever read the inside insert of a feminine hygiene product packaging, toxic shocks are real. And you can get them from feminine hygiene products. What I didn't know, and I came to learn from my sister and my other mother figure, was that they're just like the way that they're genetically built, I guess. They just don't really bleed that much at night, apparently. Where I, on the other hand, will leave a bloody massacre literally everywhere.
I am learning more than I ever
That's okay, you know what?
Know.
And probably more than any listener cares to know. But it's important to know that it is okay.
If you bleed profusely or don't?
That people bleed differently and it's okay to wear feminine hygiene products at night. As long as you're not wearing them for longer than you should. So plan carefully, I guess. And maybe invest in like some waterproof sheets. That's all. I'll stop. Please continue. So he found a sanitary napkin floating in the toilet and not a tampon in the bin.
Yes.
Okay.
So shortly after I came out of the bathroom, I saw Chloe sitting in the living room playing on her phone. My wife was out visiting her sister at the time, and since I don't know when she was getting back, I figured I might as well talk to Chloe about it right away. I said something like, "Hey kiddo, I found a pad in the toilet. From now on, I'd like to ask you to fold them in a piece of toilet paper and put them in the trash. It's okay that it happens this one time, but it could cause problems for the toilet if it happens again."
Yep.
So Chloe turned bright red and screamed, "Oh my God," while jumping off the couch and bolting into the bathroom. A moment later, she came running back into the living room and asked, "Where is it? I just looked in the toilet and I don't see it at all." I explained to her that I had already fished it out with a bit of tissue and thrown it away. She fell completely silent and looked at me as if I had two heads.
Oh no, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I don't even know what's going to happen. I feel so bad for Chloe. This would be terrible. I assured her that it was not a big deal. Just please remember to throw it in the bin next time. What happened?
She looked very embarrassed and went into her room and didn't come out until dinner.
I don't blame her. I'm embarrassed for her. What happened?
When my wife returned home later on, she noticed that Chloe was acting a little funny and asked me if something had happened while she was out. To my surprise, she became very upset with me when I told her about the incident.
What?
So I will pause here and I will say that I actually got this from a thread on Reddit.
Okay.
And it's Am I the Asshole?
Oh.
And so I think this is kind of an embarrassing story on Chloe's part.
Yeah.
But he is putting out the question of whether confronting Chloe makes him the asshole. Because he's obviously in trouble with both his wife and his daughter.
Okay, of course, but I don't understand why. Because he let her know?
Well, let's get to the end of this and then we can...
I am so interested. I don't understand what... I think this... First of all, I would like to say before we get to this end...
Yes.
I don't feel like if he said it in the way that you said it, which I feel like maybe he did, the way it was worded, like he was very calm about it. And he's like, just so you know, like not a big deal, but we can have some major plumbing issues. Like, here's how to handle it. I think my dad had a really similar conversation with me at some point. I didn't throw any in the toilet, but like about like, make sure you wrap it in toilet paper or whatever. And,
Well, do you think it makes it worse by the fact that he didn't know she was on her period yet? Because he discovered the fact that she started her period because he found a pad in the toilet. Do you think that adds a layer of...
That's hard for me to say because in my family, legit everybody knew. Like everybody and their freaking cousins knew.
Hey, it's an exciting...
Within like a week, they're like, oh my gosh, and guess what? Jenna's a woman now. I'm like, stop! Please stop!
Is it embarrassing?
Of course it's embarrassing. I'm like, this scary thing's happening to me. They warned me it would happen in sex ed, and I sort of knew what to expect, but also it's really crazy, and I'm freaking out.
It's celebrated in some cultures.
And then all these adults know, and like my boy cousins know, and like all this weird stuff.
Hey, it is celebrated.
That's good. Okay, so I need to know what happens.
Okay, so from my wife's point of view, Chloe must have been mortified to learn that her father not only found her used pad, but had to fish it out of the toilet. She said that I should have realized how embarrassing it would be for my daughter to hear this from me, and that it was thick-headed not to just wait for my wife to get home and let her deal with it. From my point of view, I think dancing around menstruation like it's some shameful secret that my daughter shouldn't be able to acknowledge in front of her own father sends the wrong message.
I'm with you, Dad.
My wife completely disagrees with my framing and thinks I'm being insensitive. Am I in the wrong here?
I feel like no. Because I think he comes from a good place. Like I don't know. That's so weird to me to think that like anyone is like, oh, you can't know that I believe. Like it's just the human body, first of all. And of course my daughter's going to go through it. And of course I want to be able to support her, but I'm not going to and at the same time, I'm not going to let her just flush feminine hygiene products down the toilet. Like I need to address that because that's a big thing. And I'm not trying, it's not like he was being a dick.
I thought he handled it really nicely.
I think he handled it perfectly.
And I thought it was, well done on his part.
Yeah.
I will say, he puts edit at the bottom. So this comes later. And he says, hi all, I really want to thank everyone here for the feedback. I'm stuck at work at the moment and was surprised to check in and see how much this post took off. It has almost 11.5 upvotes.
Sure.
11,500, excuse me. But so obviously took off, right? Hot topic.
Yeah.
Many of the comments I've read so far have given me a better understanding of my wife's point of view as well. I think I will share this post with her when I get home, and I can see if we can have a more productive conversation.
Okay. And yeah, because from the daughter's standpoint, like you are going through this huge change that obviously hasn't been like, it wasn't like with my family where it was just like, oh yeah, your daughter started her period, It was it was a very personal thing for her.
Right.
And so then to be confronted with it when you're going through all these changes and it is kind of a like weird, scary, like sweaty palm sort of a time.
Absolutely. I can imagine anyway.
I can understand that maybe like he could have called the mom first. Like assuming this was posted in the age of Reddit, this happened recently enough that they would have had cell phones, I'm guessing. Or some way to get a hold of mom and be like, hey, do you want to talk about that? Like, here's how I handled this situation. How do you want me to proceed to keep her feelings in mind? But also, I'm a little more just like, you know what? That's the human body. And that's perfect. It's perfectly normal and it's okay. And I think it's super cool when dads will take that initiative to be like, you know what? This is normal. It's not gross. You're not,
I can tell you, there were a lot of comments.
Yeah.
And it was impossible, obviously, for me to sort through them all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but my quick scroll revealed overwhelming support for the wife and her standpoint.
Really?
Overwhelming. I had to search hard to find someone who supported him.
That really does surprise me.
Yeah, I can see it both ways, right? And I think that there is... The only thing that makes sense to me is if she quite literally, like, we're talking day 1, right? Or day 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm going through this big change and this thing happens right away.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, maybe I could see why you would be, like, completely mortified by that. But I'm not a woman, so I don't really know, like, how embarrassing or traumatizing an experience like that would be.
Right.
But based off of his description,
it sounded like he approached it really well from what he said, honestly.
I mean, I'm going to search for this part again because I really feel that it was the, how do you say that? Peruvial nail? Peruvial? I shouldn't use, I try to sound smart with these big words and I just end up being dumb.
It's the,
the peruvial nail in the coffin?
I don't think that's the word.
It's something like that.
We should maybe look things up before we say them.
Nah.
Okay.
What
did he say?
I'm looking here. It was, from my point of view, I think dancing around menstruation like it's some shameful secret that my daughter shouldn't be able to acknowledge in front of her own father sends the wrong message.
I'm so with him on that.
And I mean, I read that and I was like, and by the way, this post was posted 20 days ago. So that gives you some, more modern times, like more progressive ways of thinking. This isn't the 1950s.
Yeah, and I'm so I would like to say, I guess, that while I am super with him on, like, I agree so much that, like, yeah, it shouldn't be this weird stigma. You shouldn't feel weird or bad about these changes that are happening to you because being that age, especially she's 10 years old,
it's young.
That is so young, and it is such a confusing time for young girls. And, like, you shouldn't have to deal with that. Like, yeah, if you need to, like, if you need me to go to the store for you, if you need, like, a heating pad, like, whatever you need, I'm here and I am in support of you. And it should not be this scary, like, dirty topic. I am totally with that. At the same time, it is something that she is going through. And it is something that, like, if you didn't know about it, like, maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe her and mom had a talk and she's like, oh, please don't tell dad. And maybe dad could have thought about that. But dad was doing what he thought, like, he was trying to help his daughter. He wasn't being a dick,
And he actually pointed out, like, it doesn't need to be this thing that's kept from me.
Yeah.
Sends the wrong kind of message.
Yeah.
Right. And so I guess there is maybe a bit of backstory there as to why.
I think maybe he could have been more thoughtful. He could have gotten a hold of mom and been like, hey, mom, how do you think I should handle this?
Sure.
Ultimately, he didn't, but his heart was in the right place. He wasn't going out of his way to make his daughter feel gross or bad or whatever about what her body is going through. And I support him for having that kind of consideration for his daughter.
I think we should, I'd be interested in knowing what people who listen would vote. So maybe we can put a poll out on Facebook, on the Facebook page, and
let us know how you would handle it. Because I know that I tend to be very, very open. I'm very open. I am very open to my kids right now at this age. Like, if they ask me where babies come from, I'm getting a little more specific than, like, oh, they're just in your belly and they come out.
Right.
Like, we're having open, honest discussions. Other people may know that when kids burst into the flippin' bathroom all the time, every time you're in the bathroom, that sometimes they're going to see, like, some stuff. And I've been very honest. Like, Cheyenne knows, like, she doesn't know, but she knows. She's like, oh my God, Mom, what's that? I'm like, yeah, this is what's happening. I am on my period. It's called a period. This is kind of what's going on. I am okay. I'm not hurt. And if she asks me extra questions, I give her extra answers. Some people aren't comfortable with that, and that's their parenting choice, and that's up to them.
Right.
You know? So I am also interested to hear in regard to this story, what people think. Is the dad the asshole? I'm not so sure. But
it's up for debate, right?
It is up for debate. Well, so we will
thank you, No Disc, for posting.
Disc.
Followed by a series of numbers that I'm no longer looking at and can't remember.
Okay, fair enough.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Sorry about that. I really had to pee because I've had some stuff to drink tonight. You know, I guess maybe I'm both glad and what's the word I want to use here? Maybe feeling a little anxious about how much I've had to drink tonight because I feel like I've been very open about bodily functions today. And I know that when I'm not feeling quite so open, i.e. drunk, I'm going to regret this being recorded.
Perfect.
Either way, we got to wrap this up, right? So we have another story, which I also have. I just have a lot to say today, I think. So we usually wrap it up with love.
Yes.
Here's the thing. You may know this already because you are my partner.
Yes.
Yeah. Love sometimes makes me really uncomfortable.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, I think when people are all like, oh my God, it's so cute and sweet, it makes me want to throw up a little bit. I'm just kind of like, I'm like, oh. Or I'm a little cynical when it comes to love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I for sure can be. I think I feel like I tell you at least once a week that you're a kiss ass.
I know. I don't really like that.
I love you. But you are, in fact, sometimes I feel like a little bit of a kiss ass.
No.
I like it. Like I enjoy it, but at the same time it makes me like
a kiss ass implies like that you're doing it for alternative reasons.
It's been a while now since we've known each other / been together.
Yeah.
And I'm still working on being convinced that you're not just kissing my ass. Either way. So the point of that was to say that I am very cynical when it comes to love.
Right.
Thanks for being so patient with me, by the way.
You're welcome. Carry on with your story.
Also, I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, thank you. Okay. So this came from Reddit Love. And it's a poem.
Perfect.
It's really perfect. I feel like it should be an embarrassing story, but it's a love story. Okay, we're gonna get into this. And it starts. How can I be expected to forget your kiss? I feel your lips pressed to mine whenever my mind begins to wander.
Wow. This is gold.
Oh man, it gets better. Oh, I hate it. It makes me so uncomfortable. And I know they're serious. Okay. I can taste your tongue on mine.
Oh, wow.
How can I forget your hand upon my cheek? It soothed me when I was mad and roused me when in embrace.
Oh, man. This is a bit cringy.
How can I hope to forget your smile? The smile meant just for me.
Nice.
Disgusting.
This is beautiful. Please carry on.
Meant just for me? What kind of stalker?
Maybe they're in a committed relationship of 20 years.
Maybe Joe from the Netflix hit show You wrote this. The smile that made me find the beauty in life. Oh, love. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't say that. How can anyone ever tell me to move on when we never even had the chance?
Suddenly it's very stalkerish.
It's very stalker. It creeps me out.
And we've taken a turn.
Thank you.
It's an M. Night Shyamalan twist.
It's an M light. What? M light?
M light?
Why could we not talk?
That's Miller Light.
Miller Light Shyamalan twist.
Oh my goodness.
It's a Miller Light Shyamalan twist, you guys. Oh God. Yeah, the lines that really bother me start with, I can taste your tongue on mine. First of all, gross. Is that he's like iron and fucking just like terrible texture? Like, that's so I don't know. Okay.
Well, I now know that when I kiss you, I taste like iron and terrible texture.
I mean, only if I'm like truly like who. Okay, if I'm first of all, if I am thinking about kissing you, I'm not thinking about what your tongue tastes like.
Oh.
Are you trying to tell me you think about what my tongue tastes like?
No.
Okay, thank you.
That would be weird.
That would be fucking weird. That's weird. Okay. The second line that really got me was, the smile meant just for me. Which just felt really possessive and like gross. I don't know.
I like it.
Maybe it's because of all my like not good experiences.
Yeah, I think it's endearing. Oh, it's the smile meant for me. It's touching. It's nice.
Okay,
it's endearing.
I guess, thank you. I was hoping to get your perspective on that because I can see maybe from your point of view that you're like, oh, it's so cute. And I'm like, ooh, sounds like a stalker.
I don't know, but it does take a different sort of turn when it's like we never had the chance, unless she died.
Yeah, I don't know, because they do not go into it in the comments. And the next line was really sweet. The smile that made me find the beauty in life, which is like cute. It was very cute. But then, I don't know. I just thought it was really interesting is all.
I've noticed that that's a trend with a lot of our stories. So there's always just a shroud of controversy.
You know what? There's two sides to every story, and I feel like the side that always wants to tell it is the fucking lunatic. So, yeah. I don't know. It was good. It was cute. It was a love thing. I have another love thing, if you want me to tell it real quick so that we're not leaving on a cringe.
Okay.
Are you sure? Here I go.
All right, I'm buckled up.
Good. I like this one. This one is from Nap Queen 94.
Nice.
That's me. I mean, it should be. It's not me, but it should be. Thanks for stealing my username.
Username?
Username. Yeah, I'm really bitter about her stealing my username.
Wow. Way to just come in with the...
Just such a
just
bitch.
the hate
I'm
right
sorry.
off the go.
I wasn't trying to.
Dang.
Username just snatched it right out from under me.
That twisted tea is killing you.
It's killing me. This story's called Love at First Sight. I always believed in love at first sight, not just because of the movies we watched as kids, but also because it's how my parents met. It was something I thought might happen when I was older, maybe just out of college. Well, it was my first day of middle school in art class when I experienced love at first sight with a certain boy.
I have to stop you.
Why?
I'm sorry. I'm really bothered by something. And I know that I probably shouldn't be bothered by it.
Is it love at first sight?
No.
What is it?
She said she believes in love at first sight because that's how her parents met.
Uh-huh.
What? Have you ever, like, if someone asked us, where did you meet? Would we say love at first sight?
No, but certainly people do.
Yeah, but that's not how you met. You met at a soccer game. You met in grade school.
What happens is people are like, oh, how did you meet? And people are like, well, it was love at first sight. And then they go into the setting. Or they'll say, oh, you know what? I was at this like football game and derp, and this happened. And I looked over it and saw him, and it was love at first sight. I think you're arguing semantics here.
I'm the king at arguing semantics.
I know you are.
Carry on.
Okay. I remember looking down the line of my peers when I saw this cute boy, and time seemed to slow down. As the teachers assigned our seats, I hoped I could be near this kid. As luck would have it, his name was called and then mine. I walked toward the table, and as I nervously pulled out the chair next to us, he asked if I had a boyfriend. We survived middle school, high school, basic training, college, and the beginning of our careers together. We'll be married 3 years come July.
Incredible.
I thought it was really cute.
Well done.
Those are the kind of stories that make me feel good. I'm like, it's not too corny. I'm not a big fan of the cheese. You are. You're a big cheese person, I feel like. You like extra cheese on your love stories.
I love cheese.
I know. I am a person who I'm like, just give it to me. Just give it to me straight.
Just give it to you?
Just give it to me, baby. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
You're pretty fly for a white guy.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, I prefer these stories that are just like, this is what happened. This is kind of how I hoped it would be. This is kind of what happened. And now here we are. Look at that. I'm like, that's pretty flippin' sweet, dude.
I had a brain fart.
I watched you have that brain fart. Don't you dare cut that. Did you guys just hear that clap? Did you hear that brain fart? It sounded like this. Just like that. Anyways, so we're done. We've told our stories for tonight.
Yes, and it's a long one.
It's a long one, but it's a good one.
It's a good one.
So, what do we need to tell these folks? We need to tell these folks, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate your support and listenership. We appreciate you guys who listen. And we would love it if you guys continue to listen anywhere that you play podcasts. Where could that be?
Google Podcasts?
Apple Podcasts.
Spotify?
Stitcher. Anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Actually, we're going to end up uploading them onto YouTube. You can find us on YouTube. Oh, YouTube. Oh, YouTube. YouTube. Facebook.
What was that?
What else?
What was that? Are we really gonna just pretend like that didn't happen?
Oh,
you went full feng shui master on me in the middle of YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Oh no!
I feel like I need to be waxing on and off.
Let me just tell you where we're gonna be. We're gonna be on YouTube.
Oh my! This is all falling apart at the last second.
I swear to God, if you cut any of this gold. I'm pulling it together. This is me pulling it together.
Okay, you're doing a great job.
Okay, good. Thank you. We're going to be on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, at sweatingpalmspod. We're going to be on the Twitters, at sweating_palms. You could find us at Patreon if you felt so inclined, because right now we're kind of footing the bill and we love having you. And if you love listening to us, we would appreciate your support. So we can be found at patreon.com/sweatingpalmspod.com. Anything else? Are there places that they should find us?
Those are most of the places, I feel like.
I think we found them. Also, if you like feeling fancy, you can find some fancy lady nails and fancy lady nail dashes at redaspenlove.com. Oh shit. /sweatingpalmspod. That's all. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
We're leaving now. Bye.
No, I'm definitely leaving now. Goodbye.